perspective view. But a sequence of perspective view actually can connect how people was actually living. It's kind of big work. One of the things when we started talking about visual notes is actually you ask a question to yourself and then you actually walk around it and then you try to find the answers. If you continue try to make the entrance right over here, you will realize that it doesn't have enough space to carry the label drop. So if you want to have that go all the way down, you have to go from the side, okay? Then the other things I think is the most interesting is actually why the manhole was actually elevated. Okay. So come with me. Let me ask you something. Have you noticed the housing over there? So if you look on that side, you can see a profile of the street house right over there, the remaining wall over there. However, if you're looking on this side, there's a thing called Chinese way to design the temples. The deities of the worship god, right? They either facing south or facing the waters. If you go to the temples around here, all those temples, the orientation of temple was facing the rivers because they were saying that they tried to place the fishermen coming home safely. So now if we walk up, it is true, right? If we saw the trees, we should be able to see the waters, the rivers, the mountains. Okay? I think the manhole was actually right over there, but in this chapel they just elevated the whole thing up like a second floor. The first floor basement, well, it's actually more like first floor, right? Basement, first floor, it becomes an office for the staff. So it's unusual layout in the design. So there's a lot of unusual things we can observe in this area. And then those are the questions, and I don't have answers. Those answers is my, speculations. If you feel like if I walk up, I can see the water and see the mountains. I thought that might be the reason for that, to have the view of that. This as the main subject. However, what I'm trying to talk about in this sequence of the informations are not just how you draw the perspective, but also the context and the historical development of this whole area. I was trying to make this see. The things I'm trying to explain to you is like this is the hill here, right? The reason they elevated that is because they will allow the view can access to the far away. Okay, and now you can see that these three sketches, it has a different label to do the same view. As you're moving up, this one is actually standing here took the photos. So you can see the view actually unfold further and further away, something like that, okay? So after I walk through you, and over here, we will see that it's the similar elements repeatedly you can observe in the whole context, again from that corner, okay? And later on, we will do is actually we will have the one sequence from there to here. Another sequence is from there and to here. And then I will argue that this sequence is how the residents has been approaching this church when the church was built. Because this was they actually have this open plaza, I don't think more than 5 years. Because when I returned to Taiwan, when I first teaching the Tancom, the couple first years, they still have the housing in front of that. And then later on, the local government just tear down that buildings and then make these grand plazas. But something was missing, and then we will talk about that after I do this demo and I walk you around. Okay, so let's walking down a little bit, and then I will do the first demos. So when we're doing this structure, right, it's good to understand its basic configuration. Okay, when we do the perspective. When we're doing the perspective, it usually means that we're standing somewhere looking at these buildings. So what we see is one plane after another plane. sinking process. And then when you okay with this sinking process like that, now my second question will be, which one I will go first? Then you actually can say that everything was attached to this big house, right? This big volume here. So this will be the first one I'm going to taking care. Will you be able to try to look at the whole thing of this one? So meaning that don't look at the tower, only look at this rectangular house. If you could, you can start to dash the line to here and then going down. You know, you can see the complete plan of that. Does that make sense? So if that is okay, and then I will say, I will do this first. I can lay it out like this. Okay? And then you can work on this one later. The second. Once you have these, most of the time you capture the structures of interesting about this area. It's well located. So I have to expand. Say I really wanted to capture this. Say I want to capture the circulations happening all around these areas. So I know this is a little bit difficult right now because I don't know how to really good to explain the process now. Say cut out and cut out. He created this actually a similar idea from here was repeated over here. Okay, so now I cut it out. It looks like that. And it's continuing there, right? You cut it out. So it looks like this. And then you can have this. And I'm also trying to describe how the things was going down. And how the things was coming from that side. You know what I'm saying now? So now not just the buildings, but also all the paths. The paths, how they actually connecting to these buildings. Use this big one to do another little one. And then you do the practice here, and then for the next week you will come here, and we will do a real one. I will mark the title like this. Actually, exactly. First one. Actually, yes.
Yeah, and then from the bottom?
No, you only choose one.
Okay.
So you either do this one, or you do that one.
Oh, yeah, you do the same thing. Okay.
If we're going to draw this face, this is this one. If you want to do that one, right? You know, if that's the vanishing point, go to the left.
Yeah.
All we need to do is just shifting the vanishing point to the left. And then we have another one goes to here. And then we can close it out. But the key point is the shifting the vanishing point to the left.
To the left, yeah.
And then you can
I think the same situation is from the first one here.
Yes.
Because there's actually like there's one vanishing point here, and then for this one you have to shift to the left, and for this one you have to shift right.
Right.
So there's like 3 or 4 vanishing points.
It is.